Boo-doo-doo-doo. Jade, change wardrobe of fire to cycle through Heart Horseshoe. Okay, good idea. You leave the moon in the cycle though, cause you like it. Jade, go explore the Golden City. Jade, go and make a new friend. WV, eat letter in envelope. Will you cut that out? You have company. WV, look behind you. See? Over there. WV, read letter. Dear Mr. Mayor, go here. Give present, hooray. Please do this, the freedom of your people depend on it. Your friend. WV, give present, hooray. To Miss Mail Lady. Jade, gracefully fly to the other golden tower. You decide to check on your neighbor. Jade, inspect neighbor's tower. It is very much the same as your own. The only difference is that this one is home to a young boy instead of a young girl. Peer through the window. Fool! Bah! Lame kid. John is, of course, sound asleep. It looks like he is having troubled dreams as usual. You cannot disturb his slumber, though. He will wake up when he is ready. Speaking of John, you wonder if he got the birthday present you sent him, or for that matter, if you even remembered to send it. Darn. You get so confused sometimes. If only you had some system in place to help you remember things. Your moon is getting very close to sky. You had better go inside soon. It is never a very good idea to be outside during the eclipse. Maybe you can take the opportunity to log onto your computer and ask John about his present. You just know he will think it is awesome, and it will be a great way to thank him for the wonderful present he got you. John, alchemize in a 1980s time-lapse montage. That would be pretty cool and would promote the appearance to the audience that a whole lot was getting done in not much time, but it also sounds like kind of a pain in the ass, so you decide to play it straight up this time. Rose has moved the alchemeter back down to the deck while she reworks the building project up there. Just as well, because it will save you a lot of legwork. Between this thing, the Design X, and the lathe, that's a whole lot of scrambling around. John, recombine hammer and pogo ride. This time, instead of overlapping the two cards which create the pogo hammer, you use the two codes to double punch a blank card, producing a different hole pattern. The result is the hammerhead pogo ride. It doesn't look like it's as much fun as the original ride, but to be fair, it's probably a lot safer. Double punching cards creates patterns with more holes rather than less holes by overlapping cards. This strikes you as a valuable method for combining more than two items without whittling down to too few holes or too many. Just mix up the overlaps and double punches, and the sky's the limit. John, combine ghost shirt and suit. You make the green slime ghost suit. Pretty swanky, but you are not completely satisfied with the wardrobe upgrade yet. John, combine ghost suit and wise guy book. You make the wise guy slime suit. This is so much better. It seems there are lots of secret trickstery gimmicks concealed in. Oh shit, there go the cards. John, combine glasses and PDA. You make the serious business goggles. This is a pretty nice hands-free communication solution, and it makes you look way cooler, like one of the kids from Spy Kids or something. God, that was a good movie. Real spies, only smaller. John, combine sledgehammer, telescope, and Sassacre's text. You make the telescopic Sassacrusher a pretty considerable expense. This thing could probably pound an ogre into Cred Burger. Of course, you have no hope of lifting it whatsoever. John, combine gushers and blue ectoplasma. You mix your gushers with some of the blue slime Nana left on the wall to make a box of Helios blue phlegm aneurysm gushers with ghostly healing properties. These should be convenient if somewhat unappetizing. John, combine fake arm, blue ectoplasma, and PDA. You make the remote ghost gauntlet. It looks like when you put on the special computer glove, it lets you control the big slimy ghost hand. The ghost gauntlet appears to have a considerable higher lift capacity than your own puny arms. John, combine the ghost gauntlet and bathroom mirror. You make a left-handed remote ghost gauntlet to complete the pair because you don't see why the hell not. John, combine umbrella and straight razor. You make the barber's best friend. It suddenly seems worthwhile to you to go nab the umbrella kind strife specibus that's been lying in the study for a while. John, combine gushers and shaving cream. You make a deadly Betty Crocker Barbasol bomb. Be careful with that thing, Jesus. John, combine Ghost Dad poster with... Okay, you have a cool idea for something to do with your Ghost Dad poster, but it looks like you drew shit all over that one too without realizing. Lousy goddamn stupid subconscious. Anyway, you think you have an idea how to clean it up. Darling, captchalogue. Punch Heath Ledger Joker figurine. If you could somehow subtract the code of the Joker figurine from the code of the poster, it might work. Luckily, the Joker code only has 2 holes, making the task very simple. The D-Phase Cosby poster shares these holes. You determine that the D-Phase Cosby could only result from a double punching with the Joker. If your theory is correct, this means the original Cosby poster had one of those holes punched, or the other, or neither. Maybe 3 total possibilities. You try out all 3 possible colds, yielding 1 potted plant, 1 painting of a horse, attacking a football player, 1 clean Cosby poster success. John, combine Cosby poster with computer. You make the Cosby top computer. This thing is probably a useless piece of shit, but making it has caused you to feel an alarming sense of satisfaction. John, combine Dad's hat and problem sleuth game. You make another ordinary fedora with 4 pieces of candy corn inside. John, combine hammer and problem sleuth game. Whatever this item is, you cannot make it yet. It requires a ludicrous amount of grist, some types of which you have not encountered. John, combine iron and pogo hammer. You make the wrinkle fucker. So much sweet loot, you'd almost think it was simultaneously your birthday and Christmas or something. Of course, you know that is ridiculous and could never conceivably happen. Dave, strife. More strifing. Final round. Strike. Freaking little cow. You're evil. Cheap piece of shit. Tumble, tumble, tumble. Turn tech godhead began pestering ectobiologists. Bro just kicked my ass. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Jade, Pester John. Okay, now I'm going to read the pester log. Guarding Gnostics began pestering ectobiologists. John, did you get my package? Oh, hey, not yet. Darn, are you sure it was in a green box? Oh, okay, so we've read this. Okay, we've read that already. Boop, I'm not going to read it again. Guarding Gnostics began pestering ectobiologists. Hey, whoa, are you there? How's your adventure going, John? It's okay, I'm making some progress and Roland's finally connected again, so she's helping me now. Okay, we read that already, too. I'm not gonna read it out loud. Jade, update colorful reminders. You take a moment to gather your thoughts after your dream while you are asleep. It can get a little confusing figuring out what is really happening and what isn't, especially during the eclipse, when you are exposed to many visions of the past, present, and future through a variety of cloud mirages. It is only after you wake up that you are able to start making sense of it all, and your reminders help you do this too. But on reflection, there wasn't much in the dream about the future. You were quite surprised to see your dog in your dream, though. It was the first time the crafty guardian has ever appeared in a dream. You have learned that today is his birthday, just like it is for your other best friend. You have also wondered about this and never had the chance to throw him a party and bake him a cake, but now you can. But if you do, it seems that you will need a lot of candles. Beck has never allowed you to enter the mystic ruins for reasons you never understand. You always assumed it was on account of your protection, but your dream has strongly suggested to you that it is where you need to go now. Since your dream bot is secured in its chamber and does not need to be looked after, Beck is taking a nap in the grand foyer, as he usually does. Perhaps you can take advantage of this and sneak out of the house another way. Jade, grab your harpoon gun. Ah, yes, of course. One of your reminders reminds you that you still have a package to deliver. This way you can kill two birds with one harpoon gun. John, use harpoon to zipline out into the great outdoors. Pachoo! Bleh. Bzzz. I'm sorry, I'm making weird noises. Rose, finish building. Holy jeegus. Architectural perfection. Dave, mourn the loss of old cow. See, little dude, if you had any more apple juice, you would pour some out for your homie. You'll have to remember to double check your closet for more juice. All them crows. Dave, go get a goddamn new sword. Perhaps you will, but if you do it looks like you'll have to break it first. Perfectly good dry specifics down the toilet. Thanks, bro. Half blade kind. Dave, capture log beta. You tried to grab the beta, but you forgot your Silodex is completely packed. And you wonder why you jammed all this useless crap in here in the first place. Maybe you assumed you would weaponize it all during one of your customary hash rap battles with your bro, but in retrospect, that probably just would have been a huge chore and would have made the battle drag on forever. It's like, what are you, made of time? Dave, eject your modus and set it to Scrabble values. You dump all this crap all over the floor. You then set your modus to the Scrabble hash function. For some reason, this function always makes it a little less innovative to calculate hash values for items and therefore more cumbersome to wrap with. But you guess that's kind of a moot point now that your bro flew off fuck knows where. His mysterious ways transcend irony once again. Boop. You get the beta 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, now yielding a radical different hash value with the Scrabble function, which is to say a radically exactly the same value. Dave, pester Rose. Turntech Godhead began pestering Tentacle Therapist. Okay, I got it. I hope you appreciate how much gross, spongy probastic I had to fillet to get this game. Hello, what are you doing? Anyway, I'm going downstairs now and installing this thing later. You have finally finished your building project. You have done about all you can do for John. You don't think you can provide much assistance against all those ogres this time, but at least now John appears to be armed to the teeth. All there is left to do is wait for Dave. Rose, capture log and send John code for his present. That would certainly hasten the parcel's delivery, but the gift is not finished yet. You have spent months accelerating your knitting skills to be able to make the gift of perfect sentimental appeal. You have even incorporated a cherished heirloom you have had as long as you can remember. When he sees your staggering gesture of sentimentality, he will finally understand. He will understand that in a game of facetious, sentimental gestures, no one gets the best of Rose Lalonde. Months in the past. Dear Rose, happy birthday. Thanks for being such a great friend all these years. I hope you like it to make it. I know you like to make it out like you're playing it cool and don't care much about the people in your life, but I know deep down you really do. Hell, not even that deep down. It's like your subconscious is having a wet t-shirt contest and you being all aloof is this totally soggy shirt. Doing no good at all at hiding nothing. Oh wait, it looks like two could play at this game of cracking all those high valued psychological books. All snap. But yeah, I know you. I got you this because I thought you're really creative and you could make something nice with it if you put your mind to it, and it might help you take your mind off a lot of all the serious business you're always absorbed in. You know, all this weird pseudo-gothy stuff or whatever. Frankly, it's kind of depressing. Anyway, you're the best, Rose. Have a rad 13th. I will catch up with you guys soon. Good God, you're all so old. Ghosty trickster, John. Rose, answer. Grim auxiliary tricks began trolling tentacle therapists. Why is it that when the subject of temporal mechanism is broached, your sparring human intellect instantly assumes the most intriguing posture of surrender imaginable? Time is not that difficult to understand. It is a utility that a universe may resort to in order to advance a desired degree of complexity, or may not resort to if that is the case. It's all pretty pedestrian. But no, when time travel comes up, you present the face that a man shows when the breeze gradually alerts him to his absence of nether dressings. I don't see how we are to properly agitate you all if you continue to insist on failing to understand basic concepts which common infants effortlessly manage to describe via scrawlings in their own puddles of sloppy discharge. Have we spoken before? Yes, in the future. You and your friends never cease to invent ways to strengthen the credibility of your assertions. Oh, my, it is your human sarcasm again. I enjoy listening to it, and I wish doing so could serve as my primary form of recreation. There, see, I just did it too, saying the opposite thing to emphasize my contempt. But suddenly I feel more primitive and hate myself a little more. It was like this funny miracle that just happened in my heart. I would admire the sophistication of you and your fellow future dwellers a little more if you seem to be aware the word human only functions as that sort of adjective in bad science fiction. But I won't be rude and change the subject. There's still a bit of unflagellated straw poking out of your rhetorical effigy over here. Oh dear, we aren't from the future, but we are all already in agreement that you don't get it and never will. I thought you said we spoke in the future. We did. Your future. For me, it was only a couple minutes ago. I understand. You exist in some temporal stratum through which you have communication access to various points of my timeline. It's not that complicated. Yes, that seems right. Well, you tried to talk some sense into your idiot friends so that we may proceed to bother them all on more rational terms. I try to every day with mixed results, but you see, it's not that I don't understand you, it's just that I don't believe you because it's nonsense, albeit persistent and coordinated nonsense. Why would a bunch of temporarily dislocated trolls want to harass a group of friends throughout completely random points in time? I will admit this campaign of provocation wasn't all that well thought out. Don't tell anyone I said that. Alright, maybe you should get some trolling tips from us humans. Our sparring intellects are probably better suited to it. Yeah, maybe. Why don't we be friends? You want to be my friend? I think so. I think we're supposed to. You suggested as much earlier. You think I did in the future? You mean I did in the future? Yes, a couple minutes ago. Probably because I remembered you mentioning it in the conversation we're having now. That's likely. Your commitment to this role-playing scenario is intriguing. What choice do I have but to accept? Bloop, bloop. It's raining now. Why did he get drawn as a pig? Dear Dave, happy birthday. I just wanted to take a break from telling you how much you're gay but stinks all the time and say that what an awesome friend you are, seriously. On any other day, I would be downplaying how you aren't really as cool as you think you are, but just between you and me, I think you might actually be that cool. I think you just gotta get out of your bro's shadow and spread your wings, dude. So I got you these. They're totally authentic. They actually touch Ben Stiller's weird sort of gaunt face at some point. I'm sure you'll dig them because I know you lolled so hard at that movie. Okay, so for real, this is sort of a shitty present, but it is an ironic present because I know you wouldn't have it any other way. Maybe you could wear them ironically sometime. They might even be more ironic than you and your bro's dumb pointy anime shades. Anyway, have a good one, buddy, and stay busy being totally sweet. Ghosty Trickster, John. Adios, Torador began trolling Turntech Godhead. Hey, first, okay, I think you're awful. I can't do that, I'm sorry. Let's put the fact on the table where we can both see it. Now you have been primed for the digestive ruination that's about to take place and the comprehensive soiling of the laundry enveloping your person. Oh my god. You type like a tool. Yeah, now you're getting it. What are you in for? Are you ready to be trolled within an inch of your miserable human cortex? This is so weak. I'm almost getting tired of wasting good material on you guys. It's like you've got nothing. It's always one of you sprouting up and ranting about how hard I am about to get trolled with no ensuing substance. You don't even know anything about us. One of you fuckers thought I was a girl. Okay, yeah, but the thing is that I don't care about your anatomically details and things like that. I know what you've done, or will do, actually. It's the most awful thing, the worst you could ever do. Sorry, I couldn't cyber with you, dude. In the future, whatever. Wait, what? Oh, okay, you're the one who likes to submit innuendo. Human innuendo. Yes, human innuendo. Sorry for the lack of clarity. So, at what point in the future am I supposed to look forward to you whipping up this titanic hankering for my knob? Be honest with me, because I'm busy and I want to know exactly when I got to clear some space in my calendar for when some fuckwit blunders out of the magical phone booth and makes a ballad-inspiring play for my throbbing beach truncheon. Should I be perturbed by all these illusions? No, man, look. I just need to know when to be there, when the stars come into alignment, and your flux capacitor lets you finally state your metric greed for crotch dash sound. I wouldn't want to miss it and cause a paradox or something. It'll suck if the universe blew up on account of you missing your window of opportunity to help yourself to a pubescent boy's naked spam porpoise. Okay, this is sort of starting to upset me. Jeez, you are such a shitty troll. I guess I'll leave you alone and find another point in time to bother you, and I guess you're more emotionally susceptible and don't have all these bees in your bonnet about your human sexuality. Oh no. No, dude, you sassed me up. We are in the shit now, together, for the long haul. What? We're motherfucking entrenched in this bitch. You and me, welcome to Nom. Now grab my hand and shimmy your soggy ass off that money bank before Charlie gets the fucking drop. Who's Charlie? He's the guy who's gonna read our vows. I'm feeling pretty friggin' matrimonial all of a sudden. Take a look down by your foot, see that little bottle, stomp on that shit like it's on fire. Noisy ethnic dudes are flipping the fuck out and waving us around on chairs until someone gets hurt. I am your 300-pound matrimonial freight train, and my gaping furnace is hungry for coal, so get goddamn shoveling. Oh my god. Bro, look in my eyes. That twinkle, that devotion. You herniated pro wrestler, sweaty purple taint. Oh my god. Sparkling like a visit from your furry fucking godmother. Shit be pure and true. That's what you see. A kaleidoscope, a supernova of all your hopes and dreams, all swishing together, radically effervescing arms of more little boy peckers than you can imagine, turning out insane corkscrew haymakers of a billion dancing Vienna sausages strong. This is how we do this. This shit's more real than Kraft Mayo. Adios, Toradora. Torador. Block turn tech godhead. Damn it, Dave. You are now the aimless renegade. You have identified a couple of unwelcome rogues outside your present stronghold. They are in violation of your jurisdiction. Despite your ordinary striking marksmanship, you have spent your entire ammo clip without recording a single kill shot. What will you do? Realize your weapon is magazine fed, not clip fed. You don't give a shit about that. Examine the wall behind you. The wall exhibits rows of ancient hieroglyphs depicting an array of amphibious and reptilian life forms. This is illegal pictography. It makes you angry. Knack, knack. Knack, 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 knack. Go search for more ammo. There's plenty of ammunition stored in the various ammo crates, which you have spent a great deal of time unearthing from nearby dunes and hauling back to your stronghold. You have a large variety of weaponry and ammunition at your disposal. Boop. Whether you can locate some more AK-47 rounds quickly enough is a different matter. AR, quickly retrieve sidearms. You retrieve a pair of deadly sidearms, but you will need a long-range weapon if you want to continue your enforcement. AR, find a rocket launcher. Here's one. AR, befriend the unwelcome rogues. You wonder if you should reconsider your grievances with the offenders. Perhaps you should let it slide. They seem friendly enough, and it's been so long since you've had company. It would also be quite a pity to blow up the tall, attractive female. But then again, they are both in flagrant violation, trespassing through several zones which you painstakingly marked as off limits while you conduct your investigation of this crime scene. It is your duty to investigate this illegal monument and get to the bottom of the illicit amphibious idolatry. Just thinking about all the sloppy footprints they are leaving in the sand makes your carapace steam. The law is all that's left to hold on to in this unforgiving dust bowl. You cannot afford to loosen your black claws' grip, lest justice slip through your fingers. Laws, beauty, orders, peace, judgment is the very basis of all that is pure, and hold that thought. You need to take a moment to wear something ridiculous before you continue your spiel. Order in the court. You will have order in this court if everyone does not settle down. You will clear out this courtroom, you swear to God. AR, examine moving platform. It appears to be a large stage serving as a kind of elevator, but it cannot go down because there's something jammed in it. It looks like it's a peculiar musical instrument, probably centuries old. But yeah, the jury agrees. You've got to go blow up those trespassers. Jade. Place present on monument. You put John's present down. It's just the right spot, along with a letter you prepared a little while ago after a particular interesting series of dreams. Should be any minute now. You put down the time bait. It's out of your hands now. You guess you could swim. Maybe you can think of a better way across, though. PM, read the letter. This is kind of confusing. Dear Miss Mailady, go here. But you guess this straightforward enough, even if the drawing is somewhat inaccurate. Oh no! AR, berate self for unauthorized demolition. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You've had them right in your crosshairs. You have no idea how a crack shot like you could have missed. It is practically inconceivable. AR, be the law. You reload and take aim. The fair carspice, how it sparkles in the desert light. No, you cannot afford to be distracted by such thoughts. You are busy being the law. You are the law. Whoops. WV, wave about in a distracting manner. Oh, it's this guy again and his little blinking bee. So outrageous. The can ruse was a distraction. PM, scamper quickly to the newly created hole. You have the cargo. PM, read the next step of the letter. At the bottom of the letter is a series of coordinates along with further instructions. You know what you must do. Liberty, reason, justice, civility, edification, perfection. Sendificate. Mail. Years in the past. It's a beautiful butterfly. Oh no, butterfly, no. Blam. Today is your birthday. Your grandfather has decided to celebrate by introducing you to the thrill of the hunt. But suddenly you and Beck are wandering off. Where is this silly dog taking you? You find a present. You open it to find a shirt that is way too big for you and pumpkin seeds. There is also a letter. Dear Jade, happy birthday. It's hard to thank you enough for your friendship over the years. Heck, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't even have met Rose and Dave. So that is like 3 times the friendship. That is almost like too much friendship. Haha. I only wish I could get you something for your birthday that could remotely make up for what you've given me, but of course that's impossible. So here are a couple silly things anyways. I went to a weird Asian store the other day and saw this red shirt, so I got it and I'm wearing it now. But there was a blue one too, which was way more awesome, and I wanted you to have it. I know you like green a lot, but maybe you'd like to try wearing blue sometimes. I bet you would look like $1,000,000. Also, I know you've been frustrated lately about how your pumpkins keep disappearing. Well, I can't begin to explain why that's happening. All I could do is give you these so you can plant some more. What? Don't give up, Jade. Wherever those little... No! No bad kittens. I lost my place. Don't give up, Jade. Wherever those dumb old pumpkins off to, I'm sure you know the fun is growing them and taking care of them until they're ready. Whew, got to head out to the post office now so this doesn't get to you too late. Talk to you later. Talk to you soon. Ghosty Trickster John. Bloop. Who is this John claiming to be your friend? And these other friends he mentioned, whoever he is, you think he might be onto something. Blue is a very pretty color. Also, growing some pumpkins sound like it could be fun. Maybe you will ask Grandpa if you could use the atrium to do some gardening. This will be exciting. Whoop. Whop. You bear the vicious brunt of the story transition directly in the face. You are getting really tired of this feisty man and his busy fist. Jack, kill John Stud yourself. Here, stick this in your pipe and bleed to death slowly. Oh my god. Bleh. You release the prisoner. He is free to go. Jade, play guitar to summon giant lily pads. Ribbit. Dave, install beta. Alright, I'm installing this game finally. We're doing this, man. Yeah. You could almost say we're making this. Go on. What is it? We're making this transpire. Excellent. Let's make this shit take place. Yay. Video. Loading. too good. Spider! Jasper Sprite! Boop. End of Act 3. Yay. Intermission. We finished Act 3. Yay. And now we're on to the intermission. Oh boy. Your name is Spade Slick. You are the leader of the notorious vicious gang of mobsters called the Midnight Crew. A rival gang known as the Felt recently knocked over one of your favorite casinos. Your long quest of revenge has finally taken you through the front door of the mansion belonging to their loathsome boss, Lord English. Your subordinates Club Deuce, Diamonds Droog, and Hearts boxcars have been dispatched to various locations throughout the mansion. To begin carrying out your mission, your objective is to locate and crack English's secret vault and plunder its mysteries. That's the business end of it. The pleasure will be painting this ugly house red with the blood of those miserable green motherfuckers. Spade Slick inspects timekeeping devices, stupid gang, and their lousy obsessions with clock. The sooner all these idiots stop being alive, the better. You wonder where they are. It's awfully quiet in the mansion, sans all the dreadful ticking. Spade Slick capture log carriage clock. You obviously have no idea what that means. If it's some smartass way of saying to pick it up, forget it. You are already carrying an item. It is your trusty deck of cards. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks. You have no idea what that is. Spade Slick. Build fort with clocks You have an idea that is so much better. Clocks destroyed 4 out of 1,000. Spade Slick, check for traps under the billiards rug. What is under the rug is much worse than any trap you can imagine. It is a member of the species that you do not recognize with a ghastly furred upper lip. You covered the unsightly individual back up and tried to forget it ever existed. Spade Slick, play 52 pickup. You would need a deck of cards to play that infernal game. Unfortunately, all you have is your war chest, which you deploy on the floor. Spade Slick, open war chest. Spade Slick, shuffle contents of war chest. You rummage around its not unusual assortment of belongings, and nothing any mobster worth his salt would be caught plotting and scheming without. Certainly nothing eyebrow-raising. Bunch of blades, some playing cards, and a variety of miscellaneous stuff. Also your vendetta and itinerary and your heist map. Spade Slick, scavenge war chest for fancy headwear. If there are any elaborate headdresses in here, you'll eat your haberdasher. But of course, there is only a plain and serviceable backup hat, which naturally conceals 2 licorice Scotty dogs, which makes you think that maybe you are wearing your backup hat, and this is your usual one. Hell, if you know they're the same damn hat. Spade Slick, hide inside your war chest. You cannot hide properly inside the chest because you cannot close it while you are inside. Instead, you momentarily pretend it is a really cool automobile that commands the fear and respect of larcenous adversaries everywhere. Beep beep. All aboard the idiot wagon. Spade Slick, start up the Cropsby top. Is that what this thing is? You've had it for some time and you don't quite remember how you got it. You never knew the identity of this pipe-smoking creature. Perhaps it could be the same species as the character you just saw under the rug. But you know that is impossible because this one does not feature the same bizarre furred lip. They are probably differing species within the same genus. Spade Slick, go to mspaintadventures.com. You don't know why you're wasting time on this website. It is for little children who poop hard in their baby ass diapers. Also, you don't understand what the hell is going on or who all these characters are. It is all a lot of nonsense. Spade Slick, delete the time setting on the crop speed top. Clocks destroyed 5 out of 1,000. Spade Slick, take the spade key. You take the rules card for blackjack. You have possessed this item for as long as you can remember. You do not yet know its significance, though you can hustle up a mean game of blackjack when you need to. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Boo-doo-boo-doo-doo. Spade Slick, examine vendetta itinerary. These are the mugshots of everyone you are going to kill. You got a head start. You already offed crowbar number 7, a matchsticks number 11, and quarters number 14. Depleting them of some of their muscle, you've still got to watch out for the others and stay wary of their despicable time shenanigans. Itchy number 1 has given you the slip repeatedly. Doze number 2, you've captured and interrogated just as repeatedly to no avail. Trace number 3 has broken into your secret hideout more times than you could count, while Fan number 5 always seems to be a step ahead of you and scoops your heist. Clover number 4 has all the intel and is highly cooperative. You might need him to crack the vault. He'll be guarded. Best to avoid die number 6 in any direct confrontations unless you want a temporal mess on your hands. But if you need any repairs, you can always get to Stitch number 9 and persuade him, and you might need to if you can't kill Saul number 10 with a clean shot. Eggs number 12 and biscuits number 13 are morons, but they are dangerous morons. Cans number 15 is a tank, and your crew will probably need more ammunition than you pack to take him down. No one knows what Lord English looks like, but that will be corrected tonight. You've got dibs on English. He's all yours. Spade Slicks, wonder where the number 8 mugshot went. It's right here, but you aren't gonna kill Snowman. It's out of the question. Snowman number 8. Spade Slick, examine heist map. On review, your schemes seem a bit convoluted, but you wouldn't have it any other way. Deuce and Drug split up to neutralize as many felt as they can find. Your heavy muscle and expert safecracker boxcars is headed straight down to the vault. Spade Slick, use radio device to check on unscrupulous cohorts. You put the word out to your cronies for a status report. No response yet. You clean up all your junk and prepare to get the show on the road. You slip the spade key back into the deck of cards, then pocket the war chest. Smooth as clockwork and every bit is logical. Spade Slick, enter the hallway near the main entrance. Funny, you didn't hear any commotion or gunplay, but it looks like there's already been some action in here. Or there will be. You can never take tents for granted with these goons. 13 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed, apparently. Looks like Club Stews is getting back to you. He says he's got Doze tied up for interrogation. You ask him what else is new. Capturing that guy is like shooting a paralyzed monkey in the face. Spade Slicks, Speed Hearts, boxcards. You are now Club Stews. Club Stews, rough him up. He remains tight-lipped, so you deal him a senseless shin drubbing with your crook of felony. Oh, the humanity you can barely watch. He's probably still using his special ability to slow time down for himself. He can't feel a damn thing and certainly isn't saying anything apart from a very low noise, which could be him saying ow very, very slowly. Club Deuce, punch clocks in phase to establish chronology. Why would you do that? All of these clocks are lovely. You see no reason to harm them. 987 out of 1,000 clocks unharmed. Club Deuce, swap hats with Deuce. You begin a feeble campaign of psychological warfare. Perhaps compromising his fashion motif is the way to get to him. Nope, looks like he's still in his weird state of stasis and doesn't care. Either that or it's driving him nuts, just very slowly. Club Deuce, dump the contents of your war chest over him. War chest? What are you talking about? All you've got is this simple, unassuming deck of cards. Club Deuce, play some solitary. Don't be stupid. To play solitary, you'll need a deck of cards. I don't see a deck of cards, do you? All I see is your battle drobe. Club Deuce, throw the hat down and stop it mercilessly. Oh no, it's itchy and it looks like he's all wound up. He unties Doze and quickly swaps everyone's hats around. Doze proceeds to make a fleet-footed getaway. The chase is on. Spade Slick, stop being Hearts box cars. Alright, you are the boss. Hearts box cars, you ain't. Someone has replaced your plain and serviceable hat with a silly and undersized one, an outrage beyond compare. You're sure you know who the culprit was? You can still smell his overly caffeinated blood. A 986 out of 1,000 clocks shown mercy. Spade Slick, lift up leg and hold it a little ways in the air. Oops. 4 out of 15 green torsos dead. Wear CD's hat on top of your current one. You are already wearing Deuce's hat, you fool. The one on the floor is Drug's hat. This is exactly why you always keep a backup hat on hand. The son of a bitch on the floor here has played his last game of musical hats. Soon these legs will learn to show you some respect. You made this town what it is, after all. Wasn't nothing but a bunch of dust and rocks before you got here. Spade Slick, wear a backup hat. You deploy your chest and swap this dinky little hat for one more suited for your tastes. Wait a minute. Thank God your precious Scotty dogs are still here. You don't know what you would do without them. You don't want to even think about it. Hold up. Water time. Dai makes his usual sort of entrance to non-pulsed, vaguely bewildered sort. B. Diamond Droog. You got it. Club Deuce it is. You have opened your battle drobe to search in search of your backup hat. You also need more rope to retie Doze, who is absolutely tearing through the mansion as we speak. If you don't hurry, he may clear the chair within the hour. And it's a big mess. You mostly just see a bunch of bombs and cards. You're not sure what's what. You can't even remember what card to pick up. You can't believe how shitty your memory is. Clubs, juice, grab a deuce of clubs. You grab up 2 licorice gummy bears. These need to be stored for safekeeping as soon as possible. Finding your backup hat has never been more urgent. Club Deuce, pick up all of the cards and throw them at Doze. You pick up a bunch of cards and fling them at Joe's ward. Didn't accomplish a whole lot other than put some of your private reading material on an embarrassing public display. Club Deuce, pick a card, any card. You're a busy guy, so you just pick up any old thing and put it on your head. Since you are in a big hurry, you will assume that is your backup hat. You stand near by the 2 remaining cards on the floor, an off-suited king and jack. CD, pick up card depicting stately blonde-haired fellow. You aren't going to stand around. Jack king off. You are going to stand around Jack king off all day long, so you grab the Jack of Diamonds. Oh, here's your backup hat. Problem solved, you guessed. CD, forget you are CD. Believe you are Hearts boxcars. You suddenly remember your Diamond Droog. Whoever took your hat is about to discover he is the unluckiest man on earth. You better hope you find him dead. What you're going to do to him will be much less painful that way. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. The Diamond Droog. Wear backup hat. You don't have a backup hat. All you've got is this deck of cards. Oh wait, yes you do. It's stashed away in your Brawlsalium. Diamond Droog, retrieve the hat from Brawlsalium. You are the only member of this band of thugs who is civilized enough to keep more than one backup hat, as well as an extensive array of finely tailored suits. The Brawlsalium seemed like the best storage option for your exceptional wardrobe. If there's any better sort of compartment to keep your wardrobe in, you'd love to hear it. Also, there's a shitload of guns and cards in there too. You put on your backup hat. Diamonds Droog, withdraw licorice fish from backup pet. Your Swedish fish are there. This is why it's a good idea to always store your candy in your backup hat rather than your usual one. Other members of your game have learned this the hard way, and they're finally starting to catch on. Suddenly, you get cold clocked in the face from the future. You know the knuckles belonging to that sucker punch anywhere. The Red Miles! Trace always knows where you've been. The spineless rat likes to follow your past trail around and mess with you. Trouble is, whenever he does, he lets you know exactly where he's going to be in the future. This time you'll be ready for him. You radio Deuce for backup. Give him a time and place and exactly what path through the mansion to take. Diamond Stroog, resume pursuit of wounded felt member. You don't know if the wounded guy went up the stairs or came down, or who wounded him, and when might have even been you, for all you know. Diamond Stroog, follow trail of blood up the stairs. Can't overthink this time stuff. You go with your gut and head upstairs. Club's Deuce, follow Diamond Stroog's instructions. After giving a quick 10-4 over the radio, you take another look at your prisoner. He looked out. Looks like round 2 of your brutal interrogation will have to wait. You couldn't find any rope, so you tied him up with a Stretch Armstrong doll, which you happen to have lying around. You don't remember how you got it. It looks sort of dumb, but it will have to do. Club Deuce, just like Doze in the battle drobe. Time to hit the road. You beat your hostage into the back of your battled robe with the bull penis cane. Wait, this is a bull penis cane? You flip the fuck out over the fact that this is apparently a bull penis cane. Meanwhile, running roughly parallel with present events, Itchy always cheats, but he's always cheated for the last time. You're gonna jump to a timeline where he's dead. It looks like he got what he deserved, but oh, as usual, you find yourself in a bit of predicament. Spade Slick, make friends with Die. You introduce your cast iron horse hitcher to your new friend. Die scrambles for a pin he's been saving for a special occasion. How many times does he have to tell you he made this town? Stop being Spade Slick. You are not being You stop not being Heart's boxcars. You have made your way to the Felt's secret vault. It's bigger than you were expecting. You doubt you will be able to rely on your usual safe cracking method, which is prying it from the wall with your bare hands. You'll have to think of something else. Heart's boxcars, do a silly dance. This is just absolutely the most ridiculous thing you could possibly choose to do right now. I mean, come on. Why don't you take a closer look at the safe? Seriously, stop that. Heart's boxcar pry the wall from the safe. That notion is even more ridiculous than the last one. Wait, who are you kidding? No, it isn't. Looks like the combination to the safe is entered via the hands of the clock, and you somehow doubt spinning the hands around manually is going to cut it. Knowing these guys, you've got to alter the flow of time itself to make it work, which of course is bullshit. You think you'll just blow it up instead. Time to get Deuce on the radio. Hearts boxcars, deploy punchbox. You deploy the wrath tub. Hoxbox cards to retrieve 2 of hearts from backup hat. You retrieve your pair of wax lips. If anyone tried to steal your wax lips, you would eat their eyeballs and deliver an angry lecture into their empty sockets. Hot's boxcars, peruse Red Cheeks magazine. Just glancing at it gives you palpitations. Literature for avid cardiofix aficionados, such as yourself, those burgeoning red humps, that mischievous little tail, the snug welcoming cleft, the saucy imagery is hard to beat. Harder than what you beat inside your chest now. Your heart is what you're beating. You beat it to Red Cheeks magazine pretty regularly. You say, oh God, that's disturbing. Hoxbox cars, call clubs on nearest card. You radio Deuce on the 10-4 cards. Let him know you need a powder monkey on the double. You hear ticking, and it's not coming from the big fault clock above. You hope it's not what you think it is. Oh God! Oh no! Oh God! It's Biscuits. His oven timer is ticking. This is no good. Bzzz. There he is. This idiot thinks his special oven transports him into the future by the amount he sets on the timer. Well, he's sort of right, but in reality, all that's happening is that he's hiding in there until the timer's up, then pops out. You guess he's relatively harmless if he's alone. You can take him. What you really have to worry about is if he teams up with, oh no, that ringing that got awful ringing, you can hear it. Eggs. Son of a fuck, you might as well just grab one of your axes and kill yourself now. Clubs Deuce follow path. In the future, you've already followed the path through the mansion that Drogue told you to. Trace followed Drogue's past trail even further back, but found a much fresher trail crossing his path. Looks like this little guy is talking on the radio, saying something about how he'll be right there once he gives Drogue a hand. Trace decides he'll trace this guy for a while, see what he's up to, and then mess with him, of course. In the present, you talk on the radio, say something about how you'll be right there once you give Drogue a hand. Diamond Drogue, take a good look around the new room you're in. Looks like the trail of blood ends here, or originates, whatever. Something went down here in the past, or is about to go down in the future. You know what, never mind. 21 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed, apparently. Hang on, there's a tooth on the floor. You know that tooth. You felt its bite before Finn was here. And judging by the forensics of the scene, the angle it hit the floor, the direction of the blood splatters, and how dry the blood is, you think you know exactly what he's about to pull, or more specifically, what he's about to already have pulled. Finn always knows where you're going. He's followed your future trail here. He likes to mess with you from the past. Trouble is, he tips you off to where he's been. This time you're ready. Wait for it. Wait. Now. The past. The past. Predestined bullet holes are convenient. Gives you something to aim for. 7 out of 21 clocks redestroyed. Spade Slick rematerialized. That doesn't make any sense. You never went anywhere. I realize there is a cost to settling the score with you in this way. The cost is having to live in a desert amidst the ruins of dead civilization for the rest of his life. He thinks that's stupid, so he pulls your pin. Spade Slick, help the green man live up to his name. Spade Slick, take Voodoo Doll. You grab his Voodoo Doll and stick his pin in there for good measure. Might as well keep track of everyone you've offed this way too. Not that you intend to abuse its power to settle your score. What's the point if you're not going to get your hands dirty? Still, it might come in handy down the road. Lord English is supposedly indestructible. He's rumored to be killable only through a number of glitches and exploits in space-time. The doll may ultimately help you work the system if it comes to that. Spade Slick destroy... Spade Slick's clocks destroyed them. 29 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed. 5 out of 15 green torsos dead. Diamond Stroog follow blood trail downstairs and finish him off. Problem with that is he'll just see your future trail following him, and that will be nothing but a loud invitation for him to mess with you some more. Besides, better to leave him alive. You think you know where he'll lead you to? Just got to be a little more subtle about tracing his blood trail. Keep your future trail out of his line of sight. Spade Slick returned to being Hearts boxcars. Spade Slick cannot return to being Hearts boxcars because obviously Diamond Strokes is too busy being Club's Deuce. You just watched Trace pull a punch into thin air for some reason. That guy's awfully silly. He's then sulks off somewhere. You don't realize he's following Droog's past trail though through the mansion until he gets to the point where it intersects with your trail, at which point he'll start following you. But we all realized it because it's obvious and couldn't possibly be more clear. Club Deuce. Implement nefarious scheme. You follow Droog's simple instructions, so simple even a forgetful nincompoop like you can remember. There's a blood trail on the floor that goes in a different direction than Trace went. You decide to follow it because it sounds like a really good idea to you. If there was something you were supposed to do after helping out Droog, you'd be damned if you remember what it is. The future, Trace catches up to where you were, but you're already gone. All he sees is the long, gross, rubbery arm of your past trail stretching through the room. He finds his comrade tied up with the stretchy rubber arms of a small man, but there is nothing gross or palatable about that in the least. Doze slows himself and begins mumbling something feverishly about his hat. The future. A kaboomy. 7 out of 15 green torsos dead, 107 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed. The past. Finn makes his way through the mansion to get some help. He wonders where this little guy is going. Deuce's future trail is headed to the same direction he is, by sheer coincidence. Finn decides to follow him for a bit, but keep an eye on him for as long as Deuce's path matches his, that is. There's pretty much no chance he's headed to the same place, though. That would be statistically improbable. He's got no idea what these other goons are up to here. Funny, their future trails end here. He's not going to stick around long enough to find out why. He's a bit too woozy from the blood loss to sort out this mess anyway. Club's Deuce follow the red blood road. The past. It's uncanny. This little guy is matching Finn's route every step of the way. He must know something. Finn's decided he's got to take him out. But he can't get a clear shot. Too dizzy, and with all the C4 under Deuce's hat, firing would be a bad idea. My God, he's thought of everything. Clearly dealing with a criminal mastermind here. He stops to admire this gorgeous clock. It is so pretty. Too bad it's not ticking like so many of the clocks in this place. Not that you can blame them. There are so many clocks in this mansion. It would obviously be impractical to make sure they're all working properly. Oh, look, a trail of blood. You think you'll start following it. Hotspot's car. Waste exactly 4 hours on this tomfoolery. You hate time travel. 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 Above, a specter has appeared at the strike floor and has been giggling at your foolishness for a number of minutes. Clover would have been tickled to help you open this vault, at the cost of answering a few of his clever time riddles, needless to say. If only you'd thought to seek his help first, rather than charging like the silly brute you are into this deadly trap of stable and not so stable time loops. Mostly unstable. Really, these guys are way too dumb to maintain even elementary looping stability for more than a couple iterations. If you weren't so preoccupied, Clover could tell you that you could use Crowbar's help to price anything out of the time loop, stable or otherwise. If you weren't so preoccupied, and if he weren't so dead, he. Stitch mutters to himself in his shop. He guesses eggs and biscuits are roughhousing again because the fabric of space-time is tearing something fierce on Lord English's Cario overcoat. This sort of thing is exactly why he keeps a backup coat and always leaves Stitch with one of them. Any gang does well to have an in-house doctor on hand, but if you deal in time travel, you better have a damn good tailor too. Hartsbox calls Spade Slick for backup. You tell Slick to get his scrawny ass to the vault. It's goddamn bedlam down here. You tell him you asked Deuce for backup, but surprise, surprise, he's nowhere to be found. Big surprise, you tell him. You tell him that with sarcasm. He says he knows. Slick says he'll be right there. He'll see if he can round up Drogue for support. Drogue says Deuce is tailing Finn while he is tailing Deuce. He'll be there to help out boxcars as soon as he and Deuce can take care of business with Stitch. Couldn't be simpler. Oh man, he also mentions he pumped Finn full of lead so you could cross him off the list. You roger all that. Finn busts into Stitch's workshop, blubbering something about watching out for the little guy who's about to come here. He says to watch out because he's got a bomb on his head, which is undoubtedly quite volatile, and even the slightest spark would surely set it off. Stitch sees Finn's obviously in pretty bad shape and checks his effigy. Sure enough, the thing is in tatters, but he should be just fine if it can be patched up before he bleeds to death. The past. Blech. 8 out of 15 green torsos dead. Clubstrig burst in, thrusting bull penis cane. Everybody out of the goddamn way. You got a hat full of bomb, a fist full of penis, and a head full of empty. Stitch says drop the livestock knob and settle the hell down. He says you do realize C4 is a stable explosive that won't detonate with gunfire, right? You say, oh. Diamond drugs sneak into Stitch's boutique. Drop it and get in. Don't bleed on the suit. Stitch says, huh? You admit the thought of carrying an imprisoned tailor wherever you go is gratifying for personal reasons, but in this case, keeping him alive would be useful in dealing with Lord English later. Hawksbox cars prod idiots with red cheeks. This particularly accomplishes nothing. Taking your smut out of hiding turned out to be a very bad idea. Now copies from the future are appearing left and right, and these clowns have their paws all over it. Slick, where the hell are you? Spade Slick, remove Crowbar's pin. Crowbar's alive again, and a whole bunch of other stuff is different. You forgot this game almost seems halfway competent when he's running the show. The good news is you get to kill him again. Spade Slick, insert and quickly remove Snowman's pin. You have no idea how much you'd like to, but even you're not that crazy. Still kind of tempting. Hold still, Slick. Something in your eye? Blech. Everyone always ceases gunplay when Snowman's around. If you kill her, you destroy the universe. Spade Slick, remove a knife from my eye. It's not a knife, it's Snowman's cigarette holder. All you know is she's gonna have a hell of a time getting it back. Spade Slick, give it to Sawbuck. You chuck the lance at Sawbuck. But of course, it's only a flesh wound. Seems like that's the only sort of wound you could ever inflict on the Corpellet Lummox. Consequently, you and he both jump to a random point on the timeline. This looks to be in the recent past when Stitch and Crowbar were setting up the crates for the imminent gunfight, which was very thoughtful of them. Your goons should be showing up in a minute with the heavy firepower. For now, you got the drop on everybody. Spade Slick kills something out of rage and frustration. Stitch gets the business end of your saber rattle. He's dead in this time at least. Spade Slick, bring knives to the gunfight. Where do you think you're going, fatty? You'll deal with him in a minute. You whip out your double-edged sword and Occam's razor. Spade Slick, Occam's razor, Crowbar's head, and make it happen. Crowbar deflects the king of spades into Sawbuck's unmissable carriage. You jump far into the past. Years in the past, which is to say the present for the time being, a scurrilous straggler eyes impromptu desert skirmish. He dismisses them as a bunch of ill-mannered rogues, warranting no further investigation. Although he gives a small nod of approval to the plain and serviceable hat worn by one of the combatants, which strikes him as an absolutely smashing display of good fashion. Spade Slick hit Crowbar in the head. You can't kill him yet. You need him alive to return to the original timeline. You will be taking that crowbar, though. Spade Slick, stuff him in your deck of cards. You cram him in the war chest. Sawbuck you need to keep alive too for the moment. Not to return to the right timeline, but the right time. Speaking of which, where's Tubby? I think he's waddling off too. Spade Slick, just go stab Sawbuck until the time shenanigans stop. You treat him to a bit of the old bait and switchblade. You appear in the future. You guess this is after the gunfight is over, the gunfight that never took place since you killed/kidnapped everyone who was supposed to be involved. Looks like only Boxcars is here. Space like carries Sawbuck like Titan Atlas would carry the world. You order Hearts to drop his tub on the double before this fat lard puts you in a wheelchair. If you take Sawbuck back to your own time and kill him there, that should save you the trouble of hunting him down. Might as well take Stitch too. Maybe you're not really sure if that's how it works. You don't really care though. Okay. Sorry, getting comfy. Oh my god. You dump them in the Wrath tub, you then stick the tub in your own deck of cards. But you give Boxhard back his sword literature, which he carelessly left in plain sight. No one will ever catch you leaving your smut around. And even if you did, the copy of Terrier Fancy magazine could belong to anybody. No one could prove nothing. Oh god. Spade Slick. Stick Crowbar's pin back in again. You go back to your original timeline, but now stuffed in your chest, you got a live crowbar. But now stuffed in your chest, you've got a live crowbar from another timeline brought to this timeline where he's supposed to be dead. So you guess now he's alive in this timeline, which is part defined by his death? Okay, whatever. You should probably just kill him again anyway. Also, Sawbuck from another timeline is in there too, so you guess now there are 2 Sawbucks? This is getting kind of dumb. You open the chest, releasing them both. Crowbar doesn't look too pleased. You deflect his gunfire into the awesome gravitational pull of Sawbuck's astonishing girth, everybody into the past. You dodge his next round too. It seems Sawbuck from this timeline, i.e. the real Sawbuck, was in this room at this point in time. He and Crowbar exchange bullets. Off they go. They no doubt go on there to spend the rest of their ammunition peppering each other throughout the timeline, destroying all these clocks in the process between now and the present. You guess that explains the mess when you got here. Thank God you figured that out. You'd have surely lost sleep over it. 20 out of 107 clocks redestroyed for the first time. Eventually, you know what, never mind. Spade Slick, take a moment to think up some time-based one-liners. Oh, you think you got one. Time travel sure can be a double-edged sword. Wait, that was awful, really bad. You're sure you could do better than that? Let's see. Sorry too, no time's running. No, wait, fuck. You ask yourself from the past for a little help. Time something about time being up. No, wait. How about some kind of clock pun? No, damn it. Will you just listen? You are almost onto something. Time is... Screw this. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Oh, and just what does this quivering mound of blubber think he is up to? Spade Slick. Stab first, utter puns later. Just as you hear your past self asking what happened to your eye, you jab Sawbuck with the butterfly effect knife. You remember a little while ago asking yourself about your eye and not giving yourself an answer just before disappearing. Maybe if you stopped and thought about it for a second, you could have warned yourself and avoided the whole mess, albeit in the process of creating a paradox. But your strict policy of stabbing first and answering questions later prevented it. You're sure your past self understood. You are sure of this because you very clearly remember understanding/understanding. It's not a word. You are now past Spade Slick again. You were just about to pull Crowbar's pin. You guess all that stuff with your future self and Sawbuck originally happened in this room while we were all off watching someone else like Diamond Strook or something else. That makes sense. Past Spade Slick, remove Crowbar's pin. Oh my god. A whole bunch of shit happens that we already saw. Past Spade Slick, be future Spade Slick. Being your future self is a lot more constructive because you get to do stuff you haven't done already. Looks like you're in the future. It's a bloody mess in here. The clocks are all bullet riddled, more bullet riddled than ever, and it seems Crowbar and both Sawbucks have been decapitated. You're almost certain this is something you will be or are already responsible for, which of course means more time traveling. Looks like the tub and chest are gone, which means future you must have packed up and left already. Got to take note of these sorts of things so you know where you are in the timeline. You notice something on the wall over there. One of the clocks that wasn't destroyed before is now bloodied and full of holes. Not especially noteworthy, you just have a feeling you should register this fact. 108 out of 1,000 clocks destroyed. Spade Slick, quickly remove Lance from Sawbuck. You pull the cigarette holder from his torso. Whoops, another time jump. This tub of goo keeps going for his gun. Widebody's gotta settle his big ass down. You really should incapacitate him without inflicting another wound. Spade Slick, knock Sawbuck unconscious. Count some sheep, bitch. Wait, the clock on the wall. It hasn't been destroyed yet, but it's about to be. It's ticking down to the time it stuck on in the future. Maybe if you time it just right, you can end this whole mess in one fell slice. You even got a nice cold one-liner to dish out when the time comes. You've been working pretty hard on it. Wait for it. Hate to cut and wait. No, not yet. Wait for it. Hate to, no. Wait. Hate to cut and damn it, not yet. Hate to cut and run. Shit. Hate to chop all your heads off with this sword. Really sorry about that. My bad. You slay them all with your rapier wit. 9 out of 15 green torsos dead. Huge bitch. Blah, blah, blah. Still waiting to explore, I think. But yeah, dead. Still waiting to explode. 2 out of 9 green torsos deadened twice. Deader. Sorta dead? 1 out of 15 torsos dead for the first time, but it's an alternate universe torso, so you guess maybe it doesn't count. 7 out of 108 clocks gratuitously redestroyed. You grab the tub and chest and move on. That is altogether enough of this nonsense. Diamond Droog calls Spades. You check up on Spades, on Slick's status. Slick says he killed Crowbar again, Sawbuck twice, and Stitch once. You ask him if it was an alternate timeline Stitch. He says he guessed so. You say that doesn't count. You've got the real one here. He mutters some foul language you can't quite make out, but you tell him never mind and hurry down to meet you at the vault. He says he took some damage from the snowman. You say you're having some effigies made of yourself with your backup hats. Deuce brought Slick's crumpled backup hat with him, which he wound up with somehow. Not sure what happened to Deuce's. Boxcars is obviously tied up at the moment, so you can't get your hands on his yet. Slick says he's got both their hats and he'll be down ASAP. You say, alright. He says, in the meantime, see what you can do about this eye. Diamond Droog, have Stitch patch up Spade Slick's effigy. Get to work, Thread Monkey. Spade Slick, have Fried Eye patched up. Damn it, your sprite was flipped the wrong way. You get Diamond Droog on the radio and tell him to undo it and wait until you're turned around. He says it's the right eye, right? Were you facing left or right? You say it's only right when facing left. It's the left eye when facing right. Oh, he says, oh, so it's the left right eye. You say yeah, but hang on a minute. You'll turn around so it's right left. He says okay, he'll wait. That's better. Spades, look, arm yourself in case cans show up. If cans shows up, none of these weapons you got are going to do any good. You admire the lance for a moment. It's a pretty sweet weapon with outstanding craftsmanship. At least you got something out of the eye gouging. She'll have to pry this thing out from your rigid severed arm if she wants it. Spades, look right around on the horse that you're pretending to joust. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, shit. You can't believe she saw you horsing around like that. You will never live this down. Diamond Root, shoot up biscuit and eggs effigies. Sup? Yeah.
How do I share one of Chris's games with me? We got Papers, Please on his account, and I want to play it again.
Okay. Hold up.
I asked him, and he's like, I don't know.